Hi everybody, this is Becca from Watch Becca Plan, and today I'm going to do a video on goal setting. I had told you guys I was going to do this before, so I decided I would do that today while I have finished them. So I want to review the goals that I did for 2024 and kind of go over my basic how I set goals and show you how I set my 2025 goals. So for 2024, I usually pick a word of the year, and then that word kind of trickles down into the goals. And I kind of form my goals around how that word makes me picture my year. So for 2024, my word was consistency. I wanted to be consistent in my routines in certain aspects of my life. One of those areas was reading. I wanted to read every day in 2024. That was my big goal. Like, I really wanted to do that. I wanted to get back into reading. I used to read when I was a teenager, and I wanted to get back into it. And I had set that goal as something that I really wanted to do. So, I set it as a goal, and as I was getting into it, it was probably like a month or two in, I was like, okay, I'm kind of blowing this out of the water. I need to set a number goal. So I did 52 books for one a week. And this goal, I'm at like 70 books. I have like 10 days left in the year, and I have read every day in the year so far. And so like this goal, I absolutely crushed. So that's great. I love it when I crush my goals. My other goal was to stay in one planner size all year. And this ties back to the consistency word. I wanted to be consistent in my planners so that archiving at the end of the year would be much simpler. If I'm not switching sizes, I don't have multiple different inserts to archive. That was my main reason for doing this, because last year I had, I think, three or four different sizes I was trying to archive at the end of the year, and I just wanted to make it a simpler process and experience for myself. So staying in one planner size would ultimately make that job easier at the end of the year. I made it most of the year. Quarter 4 was where I decided to switch to Pocket Plus. And I had set other planners up throughout the year, but I would set them up and then I'd go to get into it and like move information over, and it was just such a tedious thing to do that I was like, nope, never mind, I'm good. Until I got to Pocket Plus. When I set this planner up and started moving stuff over, I was like, you know what, I could see myself in this planner, and I really like the way this feels. So that's when I moved. My third goal was just a shit goal. Take better care of myself. And then each quarter I had a different area of my life that I wanted to work on, and then I would break that down monthly. But all of these things here are things that I'm already doing. And it wasn't even so much being more consistent with it. I think I was just trying to make an easier goal for myself. I think this was a bad way of going about it, and I don't think that this was a good goal for me, honestly. I wish I had thought this out a little bit more, and I had worked on this a bit more before I decided to do this goal. I think I could have approached it in a much better way and seen better results if I had taken a little bit more time with it. The fourth goal was grow my social media and share my planner more often, and this has just been a crazy year for this. I've had my Instagram account, I think, for 3 years now, and I have worked. It wasn't something that like I actively tried to grow. I was just, this is really cute, I should share this, and I would post a picture, and it wasn't consistent. It wasn't me trying to do anything with it. So this year I really wanted to sit down and really work on my Instagram and my YouTube, and I started filming videos again after many, many years away. And I just kind of got back into it. Released Freebies. Started selling inserts, then started selling stencils, and all kinds of stuff happened this year. So it's just been a really crazy year for social media in my life. um, and this goal will be moving on to 2025, but it will be in my notebook that has my social media stuff in it. So for 2025, I'll show you this. So when I started thinking about words for 2025, all I could think was calm. I just want next year to be calm and easy and relaxed, and I just kind of want to take a step back and really focus on like my own mental health and like relaxing and, you know, just kind of not having a crazy year of a bunch of shit happening. So calm was the first word that came to mind, and then I kind of went on Google Images and I was looking at word of the year lists in Google Images, and I was going through the list and I was looking, and I found a couple more words that kind of worked for what I was feeling like I wanted next year to be like for myself, but I kept going back to calm. So I'm just going to go with calm for 2025. It's the one that's been sticking out the most to me. And so I'm just going to go with what my gut's telling me. So I want this year to be low stress and just take it easy. So when I think of low stress and taking it easy, there's a few things that come to mind. One, what can I do to kind of mentally take care of myself? And reading is one of the things that it's been a self-care item for me, and it really has been helping me and my mentality every day. So that's something I'm going to continue on. I'm going to do another goal. This year I'm going to do 75 books instead of 52. So it's a little, I think right now I'm at like 71 books for 2024. So I have to redo what I've already done for this year plus a little bit extra. So it's going to be a challenge for me, and I'm kind of excited to see if I can do it. Another thing is, so when I think of like low stress, I'm like, okay, so what can I do to mitigate that stress before it happens? And one of the things that I really find stressful is like bills and money, and like doing that. I don't have good financial literacy, and like I'm not good with money. So I really want to work on that this year. And so for this year, starting at the basics, I just want to be able to track my expenses weekly. I want to get good at that, and I want to do a monthly budget. Those are the two things I really want to work on this year. I can expand that goal for next year and kind of dive into more. And once I get the basics down, I can kind of expand it next year if I feel like I want to or need to. But for this year, I just want to get the basic bare minimum down so I have that foundation for future years if I decide to continue that goal on. The third thing is the amount of shit that I constantly have around me. That is a big stress for me. It's bad. So decluttering once a week for like 10-15 minutes, pick an area of my house that I feel has a lot of stuff, and just fucking get rid of shit. Throw it away, take it to the Goodwill, I don't care. But just get rid of some of the stuff that is constantly visually cluttering my spaces. I don't have to do it for like 45 minutes or an hour. I just want to do it for a few minutes. You know, open a drawer and declutter a drawer once a week, or declutter a certain, like, focus on an area for a month, like one of the months, and like just kind of for like 1 month I'll focus on my planner stuff, and every week I'll just spend 10, 15, 20 minutes going through a certain area of my planner stuff. But that's another big stressor for me, is just constantly seeing shit everywhere. So that's going to be my other help myself mitigate stress before it happens. A lot of the ways that I mitigate stress is by planning ahead. So when I am planning out my month, I will look at my perpetual calendar, and I have this set up so that if my mother's birthday is in March, so I'm getting ready for her birthday in February. That way I don't have, oh my God, mom's birthday's in 2 days and I don't have a gift yet. I already have the gift. I've already worked out what she wants. I've already bought it. It's already wrapped and ready to go, sitting on a shelf waiting to go to her party. I don't have to deal with that. It's already done. So that's another way that I mitigate stress, is just by planning ahead. So I think budgeting and tracking expenses like that will help me kind of mitigate my stress levels. The fourth goal is going to be the social media goal, which I will track in my half letter disc bound notebook that has my social media stuff in it that I've been working on and like listing out, and it has a little bit more room for that kind of stuff. But it's just going to be the same goal as this year, where it's just trying to release more freebies and more inserts and stencils, and just trying to work on that, helping people plan as much as possible. Those are most of my goals. That's my word of the year. That's how I pick a word of the year. That's how I figure it out. I really, honestly, the word of the year, when you think about it, it's just like, what do you envision next year being like? And the first word that really pops into your mind, that's usually the one that sticks for me. Other people might not have that way of going about it. They might really narrow down words. They might not even do a word of the year, but I find it to be like a theme for the year. And then everything else just kind of clicks into place after you have that theme. The goals kind of click into place, and it just kind of works for me. So that's how I do it. I know other people have different ways of going about it, but I like to write out what the goal is and like where I'm going to track it and what I'm going to track. I don't think I'm going to be using this insert for 2025, this goal insert that I made. It's a great insert, and it worked really well for 2024, but I just don't think it'll work for 2025, and that's fine. I made it, and if it works for you, then that's great, use it. But I just don't think it'll work for 2025, and that's fine. These goals, the reading goal will be tracked in my reading section. The budget goal will be tracked in my budget section in my half letter, and then the declutter weekly, I'm just going to add the declutter task to my weekly task list every week. So that way I know that it's there. So I will be tracking those in other places and in other ways besides that insert. But I will always keep this up here that just lists out the goals in their entirety. But yeah, so that's how I set goals. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And I hope you guys have a great year, and good luck setting your goals for 2025. Have a great day. Bye.